Hello everyone. Sorry I got late by 2 minutes. So what we do is we will wait for a couple of minutes for others to join in, and by that time let me just set up a couple of things. Okay, I think I'm all set. Hope the voice is also coming through clearly. So we'll wait for just a couple of more seconds. Let others join. But I really want to admit that I'm just struggling a lot to set up my PC and all this different softwares just to get online and start this live streaming, which I have started just few days back. But like there are different softwares that I have to manage, and sometimes I just forgot what to open, where to click. Maybe it will come on track as the time will go by. So very nice market. In the meanwhile, let me also tell you that if you remember, I have mentioned about the importance of price action, and why it is very important to have the support and resistance based on the actual price, which left its footprints on the charts, rather than just drawing them based on different tools like Fibonacci and other stuff. In my opinion, even the trend lines as well, I don't, if you have been following me, I don't use trend lines at all. Neither I use those channels and Fibonacci tool. But that doesn't mean that those who are using them are not great. It might be working for them, but to me, and what I have learned and what I have seen from my experience, these vertical support and resistances, when you draw them based on the actual price action, they will work just fine, and they will give you the right picture. That is why I don't fall into trap of any sort of those different tools which this industry talks about a lot on different channels and webinars, but I follow what price is telling me. So I have created different videos on how to identify trend, how to identify the support and resistance. So you will get a lot more things in this channel. What you need to do is just go to the playlist, just swipe through different videos that I have uploaded there, and you will find the right kind of video if you want to really start with to understand what price action is and how does it actually work. So I hope and if you have, let's say, any question around after watching those educational videos, just come up with the questions and I would love to answer your questions. Definitely no problem in that case. And I have intentionally kept the name of that playlist as short courses, because those are 30-minute 40 minutes videos, but you will get enough information out of those videos if you just watch them, make the notes in your pads and copies. So you will learn a lot, definitely, for sure. And after watching them, my belief is that you will get the answers for most of your questions. But even then, if you have any questions, just post them in the comment box and I would love to answer those questions. With that, I think we should start, because it is already enough time that we have given others to join in. So let's start with the daily time frame. And if you remember yesterday, I have mentioned in the video that this looks like a little bit a trap to the upside, because the prices are already high too much. And when you have more than 100% of the retracement of the prior trend, the chances are that it will retrace back, it will pull back. And we have seen a small example of that today. Prices came down. And if you remember from yesterday's video, I have kept shouting that buy the puts, buy the puts. And if it gaps up in the morning, then the strength to my thesis will get even more stronger. And that is what has happened, right? Prices did open higher, and then we have seen the selling throughout the day, making the prices to close at the low of this bar. So let me use this pen here. So I came up with some cool tools today, so which I did not have prior in the prior video. So this was the bar. Oh my god, this is like very thick. Okay, so this is the bar that I'm talking about. It opened here and it closed here, and if you can see, it took out the high of this bar here, right? So that was the signal that prices is gonna move down. And if you remember, I have talked about the credit spreads yesterday. So those who have sufficient amount like 20,000 plus in your trading account, you can short the call spread. And I did the same thing, because if you remember, I said that selling the spreads will give you three-way advantage rather than just buying the puts or calls, in which you have to be 100% right in your direction, otherwise you're gonna lose the money. So what I did was I sold 18,300 and I bought 18,500 CE and made this credit spread today, and which is like kind of giving me a good profit as of now. So I think I was like talking about the credit spreads from a very long time, because it will help you to make money in a safest way possible. So I'm not saying that buying naked options are not good. They are like a drug. Trust me that. When you buy a very cheap calls or puts, 5 rupee calls, or let's say 8 rupees, 10 rupees, 15 rupees calls, you lose very small amount. And if you are right in your assumptions, if you are right in your direction, you're gonna make a real, a very good amount of money. So that is great. However, that kind of chances does not come very often. So those who are buying options on a daily basis, I would request you not to do so until you have very professional level of experience in the options market. Stay with what can make you money with a safe strategies, and you can make regular income out of options, trust me, with credit spreads. And that is why I keep talking about them. So what next? So we have seen some bit of selling here. However, I'm gonna show you some more important data points which are suggesting that this market is not gonna stop here, and probably this selling is just because of this higher retracement of the prior trend, but it is really gonna go to the upside in coming days. It may spend some more time here, let's say a day or two, maybe tomorrow's expiry, and then maybe from next week onwards, or maybe from this Friday, the prices are really gonna to the upside. Why am I saying this? I will show you the data for that. So let me just okay, so we have now in the hourly time frame prices on rising 20 MA, right? So that suggests something. Now let me just show you one very important thing here is how to identify or how to spot the trade, right? And I'm sure you will learn out of it. See this candle here. The prices open, took out the high, and they eventually came back down. If you remember, if you've been watching the videos, I talk a lot about failure patterns. Those are the indicators of the entry points. Prices open, came back down, making it a failure breakout, and that suggested that prices are gonna go to the lower side. Now what is happening right now is that prices are on the rising 20 MA. So when you have rising 20 MA and prices are just resting above it, that means that we might see some momentum to the upside. So be ready for it tomorrow if you have shorted the market like me today, and if you are carrying the position, so have some conviction and wait for the right kind of setup. Let me just erase it quickly and let us just go back. Now another point that I wanted to show you, in case of scalping, so I intentionally showing you the 2-minute chart around 1 o'clock, and I'm showing it because here we have seen a very nice momentum to the upside, and it was a very strong contra play to the upside, right? Why did the prices moved here? Now if you see, there are two things to notice here. First, it was, it was like 1 o'clock somewhere here. Yes, so this was the point. In the 15-minute chart, prices came back all the way down and retest this prior low, making it a kind of support area. On the 5-minute time frame, if you can see, prices move down, and this is a 1 o'clock, right? I'm talking about this place here, which is again 1 o'clock in 2-minute time frame. Prices came back on the rising 200 MA, and prices just shoot up to the upside. 200 time frame, either it is on the daily chart or on the 5-minute chart, works very well 90% of the time. So if you are buying a put, or let's say buying a call, right, so you should try to buy it on the support. But if you are buying like put, you should buy it on the resistance. That is the best way to test your patience level and to take the best entry possible. So this is the location, and you can see the result out here. Now let me just quickly move to the Bank Nifty chart here. So what do we have in the daily time frame? So I told you yesterday that this is a breakout failure bar. So what has happened in Nifty today, it has already been happened in Bank Nifty yesterday, and we can see that we have somewhat follow through of this bar. Now follow through means that prices are just following what happened the previous day, and prices open at its high, right, and they came back down, and the closing of the prices in the bar is almost at its bottom. So this makes it even more bearish as compared to the Nifty. Don't forget that. Now why it is happening? Because of this prior resistance area. I have mentioned that. What to do going forward? So we have a small support area here. So if prices again move down, retest this level, don't go short, wait for the right failure pattern or right bearish pattern, and only then take the trade. And my bias in Bank Nifty is still bearish until we have a higher opening. Prices opened here and took out the high. Only then I will buy the call, or maybe buy the put, or maybe short the puts here, right? So tomorrow's expiry, I don't believe all that is gonna happen. Okay, so in the 60-minute time frame, as we can see here, we still have sufficient room to buy put or short the call in Bank Nifty. But let's say prices gap down and directly reaches to the support area of hourly time frame, do not buy put, wait for the pattern. If it turns to the other side, that is the location to go long in this market, and that is how all it works. Now let me just quickly show you what is happening on the Nifty futures chart, because it will tell us what is actually happening. So Nifty futures, as we can see here, we have a selling day, but the open interest has moved down. There is a reduction in the open interest. So that tells us that traders are not really interested in going short in the market. So that is one thing. Right now, do we really want to see what is happening on the US markets? Yes, we definitely want to see that, because that will also give us some clues here. So the markets have just opened, and as you can see here, very nice bullish momentum, and now prices are kind of stabilizing here, right? It has cleared this resistance area, this area. Now it is near to this selling prior resistance area. Maybe this is why it is happening. However, it looks like that US markets are strong as compared to our markets. S&P 500 although looks little bearish, but Dow Jones was really looking bullish at the moment. Let me just see what is happening in the Russell 2000. So a minor pullback might come till this point. So it looks like a mix kind of trading environment in the US markets. This is a very cool platform for options analysis, and the reason that I brought all you guys here is just to see what is happening in the put call ratio, or PCR. So PCR is about 1.4. Now what is a put call ratio? When we divide all the puts with the calls, the ratio comes out is a put call ratio. So when this put call ratio goes above 1, if it is 1 or higher than 1, that means that the denominator, which is call in this case, is increasing. I'm sorry, I said it inversely. If it is going 1 or higher than 1, that means that the numerator is increasing, which is put in this case. Now why do people short puts, right? We often say that options is the seller's market. So if there is a lot of put building or open interest building in the put side, that means that that will gonna create or act as a strong support going forward. So put call higher than 1, which is almost around 1.5, means that there is a lot of open interest building in the put side. That again suggests that market is gonna go higher. Now, if I'm not wrong, maybe we have the Fed meeting, the US Fed meeting today. So it may have some sort of impact in our market as well tomorrow. So if any one of you do monitor the Fed policy rates and what is happening around there, please do comment. It will help all of us. So in my opinion, the kind of situation which is building around the US markets are looking positive, right? The shorts, the call side is like the open interest is reducing, that we have just seen in the Nifty futures chart. Put call is indicating that there is a strong open interest build up in the put side. So all that suggests that there is a kind of bullish momentum which is building up in this market, and so we should take the trades accordingly. For Nifty intraday, I told you that I am already in a call spread trade, and so I have already shorted 18,300 and 18,500. Let's see how it works. If you have any questions, please do post it. I'm just waiting for your questions. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and wrap up the session here. So we have this weekly time frame, and this is around at its prior resistance area, which was 18,000, and maybe we saw this selling today because prices have hit this resistance area. And if you can see the weekly chart, it suggests that prices are like, this is the third week that prices are kept rising, and as we know, prices cannot kept rising every time, all the time, and there must be some profit booking which comes along the way. So maybe this is the effect which is has increased the little bit of selling. However, we will only go short for scalp trades intraday, but for the long term side, the markets are looking little bullish, and specifically Nifty I'm talking about. Bank Nifty is not in the favor of bulls as of now, but if let's say we see a kind of gap up opening because some positive news comes out from the Fed meeting, or let's say a strong open interest build up in the put side, let's say tomorrow morning, we might see a turn in the Bank Nifty as well. So I'm very positive in Nifty, and that's all from my side. So let's just wrap the session here. Hope you have enjoyed. Please give the thumbs up. Please like the video if you are really learning something. I'm always open to answer your questions. So do ask questions. That is that will not make these sessions monotonous. That's all I can say. So please like the video and subscribe the channel. Share it with your friends. So that's it. Catch you soon in the next video.